Hey, aloha and mahalo. Um, the word of the day is akule. Okay, akule. Akule means in Chukis is patu. In my language, pati. Chamorro, atulai. So that's what that was. So the name of the fish from my previous video that I was talking about, one of my nieces is like, okay, you need to say it in Chukis because we don't understand. Now you know what it is, right? Patu, akule, atulai, patu, pati. Okay. Anyways, I want to talk about engines, um, my experience, and uh, hopefully it'll help you in your situation if it comes to that. Remember, I told you guys that one of our engine died because fuel was not coming through. And so let me tell you how I figured that out. Okay, I have no idea what's the name of this thing, bulb or whatever, but if you see, it's this thing. Okay, when you press this, you pump the gas coming out and go into the engine. So we have two. Why we have two? Because we have two engines. All right, so those are the bulbs that you push to pump um, the fuel into your engines. All right, if something, you just change the filters or whatever, but that's what'll happen. All right, so um, yeah, so fuel wasn't coming through for my left engine. If you look forward, so the left one didn't get no fuel coming through. So we came back to port, and then yesterday I was thinking, okay, what was the problem? And then I was like, okay, maybe there's a air. So that was my first thought, was maybe there's air in the hose, so that's prevent the bulb from, you know, um, getting fuel flowing in the line. So we took the line apart one section at a time, coming all the way to the filter, past to the filter, and going to the pump switch, to the tank, tank selector. Tank selector is that we have two tanks on this boat. One have 75 gallon fuel, and one has 125, something like that. Yeah, or something, because we have 220. So you add up and whatever, 220 gallons of fuel on my boat. So we took those out, we blowing them. There's no plug anywhere. So I said, okay, it's probably the filter. Maybe it's already, like, full of sediments or whatever, bad water, air, whatever. So I bought a new filter. We changed the filter, and voila! Now the fuel was flowing. We took the boat out for a sea trial, and engine was humming, no issue whatsoever. Fuel was flowing, so perfect. Very, very simple. It's only the fuel filter, fuel filter. All right. So what we did wrong? It's not hard, but if we replace the filter at first, we're gonna replace it anyway. So why don't we do that? I think that replacing the filter was the easiest that we could do. So if something happened to your car, think about the cheapest part or the easiest part of your engine or your fuel circuit or fuel system. Yeah, so that way you can kind of take those out of, check them off and say, okay, this is good, this is good, this is good, before you go to the more expensive items or more hard to get to parts of your system. So that's what I'm trying to say. um, yeah, I learned my lesson. I was scared because I thought my engines were bad when I bought the boat, so I already called the Yamaha outboard dealers, and then I talked to them about my engine. And good thing is I had a really good mechanic, because the mechanic told me, no, you don't need to. I'll come and look at the engine, and then I'll let you know if we need to. And he checked the engine, he fixed it. It's only the fuse that was burned out, and boy, uh, I've been driving these motors, and they're very, 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 very strong. So that's my experience. Um, so I just want to share with you, so that way um, you can apply it in your own situation. All right. Um, yeah. Down here early in the morning, checking out my boat, make sure the current is kind of strong, right? So mahalo. Um, before I let you go, there's one thing I want to talk about, because it's in the news lately, about the new administration and all that stuff. Um, we're all visitors here. The 72 people on that list that you guys are, spreading all over the place, uh, those are probably people that have, criminal cases. Um, so if that's the case, then uh, I think every administration does this, including the last administration. So if you're a visitor, always think about that. We have to respect this place, right? We have to respect wherever we live, whether we're here in Hilo, or out in Washington State, or wherever you are. Respect. Um, I don't know. Every day we must, show our respect. In uh, the states, the mainland, or, well, I don't like to call it mainland because Hawaiians don't like that. But anyways, uh, the states, the American Indians, we have to pay respect to the American Indians, their leaders, whatever, right? That's their land. So then here in Hawaii, we have to thank the native Hawaiians, kings, queens, and they're the one who called this place home. We're just visitors here, so we have to show respect. We have to do our part in taking care of the lands, the ocean. Don't just throw your garbage all over the place. Okay, do not do that. I was in Honolulu. Uh, Took my boat out, in Honolulu, and man, my experience there was not good at all. And those people that were doing all those things out there were Micronesians. Yeah, how do I know? Well, they speak our languages. Yeah, so they're all making noise in the middle of the night, all the way to the morning hours. There were families on the dock fishing, and here we were, Micronesians, play our music like it's in Yap, or in Chuk, or in Pohnpei and Koshai. Man, we can do whatever when we're back home, but not. We have to respect people here. So that's my 2 cents. Um, just play your part as a good citizen, good visitor, and you should be okay. All right. Yeah. All right. And enjoy fishing, and support each other. We're Micronesians. We support each other. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Have a good one.